What's up, guys? This is Creative Loft, and today we are going to be testing out Clip Studio Paint. But not just regular old Clip Studio Paint. We're testing it out on my iPad. I didn't know till a while ago that there was even Clip Studio Paint for the iPad. As far as I know, it's basically just the same as, they basically took the interface and they put it on iPads. So there's probably a couple things that are different on here, but that's what we're going to see today. So get seated and let's go. I've heard a lot of great things about Clip Studio Paint, and I've been wanting to try it for a while. It is a app that you have to purchase for a full version. I'm using the free one, and as far as I can tell, there are no locked features. But it does not save your work. So you have to make sure to screenshot your work after you make it, because it doesn't save your work. You're basically starting over fresh if you go out of the app, which is something that a lot of people found annoying when I was looking at the reviews for this app. And I can see why, but it didn't really bother me. I mean, it's kind of upsetting that I can't go back to that file and work on that drawing again, because I forgot to do highlights. I totally forgot about highlights at the end of this drawing, and I wish I could have gone back and done those, but I can't because all history of it is deleted. So if that's something you do a lot, to go back and add to your work, then this might not be great for you. You might want to buy the full version, but I haven't seen any locked features, so that's kind of great, because I don't like it how they have free edition where there are a bunch of locked features. It's really not a fun experience that way, so that I can appreciate. Let's talk a little bit about the brushes in Clip Studio Paint. I'm actually very satisfied with the brush selection. I mean, I guess there could be more, inking brushes, but honestly, how many do you really need? If you're doing cartoon art, you need a couple inking brushes, maybe at the most, some base color brushes, maybe some texture brushes if you're really getting fancy, and a basic pencil brush. Really, what do you need? All those apps that have millions of brushes, you don't need all of that. And maybe there's a way that there's a secret menu with tons of more brushes. But this is kind of a first impressions kind of thing. I mean, I've been in the app before, but not done a full illustration in it. So this is the first time doing that. But really, you don't need that many brushes. At least I don't. Except the one thing I struggled with was just finding a basic round brush to block in colors. That was the hardest thing in the whole thing, and you can see me struggling with that right now. How hard is it to find a basic round brush? It didn't even open when I first opened the app. It didn't even open with a basic round brush. It was this really beautiful line weight pen, and I love that, but still. Something that I found out right away was that this app is quite laggy. I'm doing a lag test right now to show you, but it didn't bother me that much because it lagged a bit, and at some parts during the line art it bothered me, but not too much. I've seen laggier, and I think I don't know if it's like this on drawing tablets or if it's just because it's this really powerful app on my iPad Air. So I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if it would work better on an iPad Pro. I don't have an iPad Pro, so I don't know. But it wasn't something that bothered me too much, but I know a lot of people get bothered by this kind of thing, so you might want to look out for that before purchasing or downloading this app. Yeah, that kind of, I don't know if it's different, because I've never really heard in reviews of Clip Studio Paint on drawing tablets if it's that laggy. So it could just be something with the app and this giant powerful thing on this little iPad. So who knows? Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the drawing itself. I had a lot of fun creating this, and it wasn't originally going to be a full illustration. In fact, I wasn't even thinking of making this video, but then I was just doodling on Clip Studio Paint, and I liked how this character was looking after the sketch, and I'm like, let's make a review on Clip Studio Paint for the iPad and do a finished illustration. Double in one. But basically, it's this girl with purple hair, obviously. And she's kind of looking like concentrating or like, I don't know, just bored in general. I put like a bit of like shadows of bags under her eyes to signify that maybe she's like a bit tired. And at the end, I add like some teal colored glow coming from like under the left corner. To signify that maybe like she's like working on a computer or something. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a cool concept, and I don't usually draw like upset characters. All my characters look like very innocent and happy most of the time. You probably can tell because like they all have super round eyes. I actually made this character's eyes smaller than I usually do, and I didn't know that till like the end. And speaking of that, it could just be that I'm very used to like the Procreate transform tool and lasso tool. But I found that this one so annoying. It was so annoying. I couldn't stand it. It infuriated me. I don't know what else to say. It just infuriated me so much. So I tried not to use it. And there was one feature that I came across that I couldn't use without purchasing the full version, and that was the copy paste tool. So I had to draw both eyes separately, which was kind of annoying, but I mean, like sometimes I forget to copy paste in Procreate and I just draw both eyes separately. So it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, the lasso tool was definitely not my favorite thing. And there's also no like shape tools. Actually, there probably is, but I just couldn't find them. They weren't that easy to find. So I didn't end up using my shape tools. And that was annoying that they didn't have shape tools that were easy to find, because I drew these glasses on this girl and I had to hand draw the circles because I could not find the shape tools. And I could have probably just went on YouTube and searched like shape tools on Clip Studio Paint. But I didn't want to because I was lazy, so I didn't. But other than that, using Clip Studio Paint was a really wonderful experience, and I think I'd probably use it again. And really, you don't need to buy the full version. It's great, the free one, and I think it's so great. And it definitely has professional artist potential. Like, I know professional artists who use this app. And it's cheaper than Photoshop in the long term because it's a one-time purchase, I'm pretty sure. I mean, sure, it's expensive to purchase it that once, but it's better than years and years of thousands of dollars from a Photoshop bill. But then Procreate is also really great. And it's made for iPad, and so the interface is really nice. And it's a one-time purchase, like $14 Canadian. So that was really nice, though, because this one's more like professional. Well, Procreate's pretty professional, but if you want like computer looking app, I don't know how else to describe it, on the iPad, then this is really great. So yeah, recommend it completely. We are nearing the end of the video, and you've heard my opinion already. And I thought I'd save the best for last, so I'm going to shade the eyes last. My experience overall in this app was quite great. One other thing I didn't like was the color wheel. You have to go into a separate menu for the color wheel, and then you choose your color and you have to press OK, which is annoying. I just kind of felt like a hassle that there wasn't a shortcut for that could have easily been done differently. So that was the only other thing that I didn't like. And overall, I'd have to give this app 4 out of 5 stars because it's a really great app, and I definitely recommend go trying it out, whether you're on a drawing tablet or iPad. So yeah, bye.